Hey, hi, hello! It's me, Liv, your cosmic counselor and astrological enthusiast. I'm here to help translate the transits for you and see how we can apply the astrological energy that is already around us and available to all. Remember, not just me, but also the universe and your spirit squad want you to have a live-tastic experience. That is, to be living your life as the best example of yourself as yourself, truly, wholly, and authentically. Today's video is also truly a wonderful celebration. It is the peak of this lunation cycle. Yes, that's right, we have made it to the top, and now we are celebrating the full moon in Capricorn. Remember, this lunation cycle started back with the new moon in Gemini 2 weeks ago, where we set some intentions and have been working on those goals through the first quarter moon. Now, hopefully, we can also celebrate some achievements and personal improvement with this full moon. I want you to take personal inventory today and evaluate your progress since then. But also, 2 weeks is only 2 weeks. Keep working on those goals and revisit evaluation and celebration in 6 months during the Gemini full moon. Now, for me personally, these past few weeks, I've been working on communication in my personal and professional life. Since then, I've had a couple interviews and was offered a contract. I've been working on these videos and developed some strategies and improving on how to record and upload. And I am so very thankful for the views, likes, subscribers, and comments. Now, I've also had the opportunity to speak with my friends, family, and even strangers from a deeper place of vulnerability and authenticity. And for that, I am also really thankful. Now, to be honest, it hasn't all been love and acceptance, but I am still grateful for the adversity as opportunities to stand and speak in a place of confidence and confirmation. Now, sometimes a little adversity is a good thing to see exactly how much you have grown and how much you really believe in and are yourself. Now, as I've shared, my new moon goals were around communication, and that isn't just about speaking. So I've also been working on listening too. And with it being Cancer season, my focus has been on my family, my husband, my emotions, and intuition. Now, if you have been watching my videos, you know that there have been quite a few transits here lately focusing on important, intimate relationships. And today's full moon also has a very positive trine between Juno at 6 degrees of Cancer and Saturn at 7 degrees of Pisces. Now, after all that work we have put into ourselves and revisiting old goals and dreams, balancing our effort and energy between me and we, this trine between Juno and Saturn points to an easier flow of support, perhaps even some encouragement and nurturing from our partners into pursuing and fulfilling those goals. Now, another transit that is continuing to give positive trine energy of flow and support, and I interpret as a reward for the work being put into yourself, is the trine between Black Moon Lilith and Chiron. So remember that Chiron is the wounded healer and offers the key to unlock the pain from personal trauma into a source of great strength. In this trine, he is continuing to empower the healing of our Black Moon Lilith by transmuting shame or suppression into acceptance and integration of ourselves. This transformation of yourself is being further encouraged by the planet of such death and rebirth itself. Yep, that's Pluto. And right now, Pluto is squaring the north and south nodes. Now, the north and south nodes are calculated points from the moon's orbit. And the south node represents the past. My astrology mentor has said it's like a basket. It is what we carried into this life with us, whether that be karma or even beliefs and traditions from our ancestors and family. These impressions were made on us, and the behaviors can be so deep that they seem instinctive almost and automatic. whereas the north node is like a gate, the direction we are headed in our lives, and it is like the archway over the finish line of the long race that is our path this life to walk along and all the lessons through it. Now, regardless of astrology, we all have mindsets that have been affected or afflicted by those we have learned our beliefs from. And honestly, some of our family values and beliefs are outdated, limiting, and need to be removed in order for you to fulfill your personal potential and be live-tastic. So, in my interpretation of this transit, Pluto is squaring both nodes and calling in some reflection and renovation of those mindsets. And squares, of course, represent a challenging or conflicted energy. But these three really point out that limiting beliefs need to be recognized and removed if we want to transform ourselves and our lives for the better. Now, this access between old and new, ancestor and future, is also being highlighted by the full moon. At this point in the lunation cycle, the moon is directly across from the sun, an aspect we call opposition because the two luminaries are a full 180 degrees apart on the zodiac wheel. So, being 180 degrees apart, the sun and moon will be in opposite signs. The signs will always be different elements, but the same modality. Here, the sun is in feminine cardinal water sign of Cancer, while the moon is in feminine cardinal earth of Capricorn. Now, on this opposing axis, there is a duality between the two signs that's further represented by the duality of the sun and the moon. Now, the sun is the masculine outward energy of yourself and place in this world, while the moon is the feminine internal and emotional. Now, in life, there is that pull between what you do and how you feel. And the balance between our full moon in Capricorn and the sun in Cancer is calling for a balance between how you feel about your boundaries and how you uphold them with those you care about most. And the moon in Capricorn is also calling for some accountability and to take responsibility for our emotions and expression of them. This particular moon is also asking us to look at the balance between self-care and nurturing ourselves without compromising on self-discipline. Now, that is to say, making sure we are not too indulgent. And hopefully we have worked on, or maybe we need to, establish those boundaries for ourselves to experience emotional security and process our feelings in a healthy way that translates to growth and emotional maturity. Now, full moons are an excellent time to celebrate. And why not take this opportunity to express gratitude for all of those who have contributed to your nurturing? Now, yesterday, my sister and her boyfriend, my husband, and my grandmother had a wonderful family meal at a particular restaurant that has become like a family tradition for us. Now, my plate and my heart were both so full, and these two ladies have given me so much love and opportunities to be loving throughout my life, and in their own ways, they are two of my best friends. And throughout my life, they have celebrated my best with me and have also loved me even through my worst. And I know that I will always love them, and I hope they know how much I appreciate them. And maybe that's something I can work on communicating more. But after the full moon peaks, we move into the waning phase of the moon, working our way back down to another new moon. And the waning phase is associated with releasing. So after this morning's peak, what can we start to let go of? So Neptune, the planet of dreams, beliefs, and disillusionment, has just turned retrograde, and I think that this adds to a wonderful blend of energy at the time to release any outdated or ill-fitting beliefs and mindsets we have, particularly those we have inherited from our families. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like our families intentionally brought us up with these limiting beliefs to sabotage our personal success, because in most cases, they genuinely were doing their best to nurture us how they thought best. But by now, you can decide that for yourself. And as always, I have some exercises for astrological application during this full moon and Pluto node transit, like expressing gratitude to those who have nurtured you and evaluating what no longer resonates with you and releasing yourself from those thought patterns, limiting beliefs, grudges, and feelings. Now, I know that sounds simple, but releasing yourself from these things can often be more difficult than building new ones. But I want to encourage you to do the work and take advantage of these energetic opportunities to catalyze your efforts and help you on your path to personal transformation and growth in that full potential of a beautiful and wonderful self and life. Just like plants have to shed leaves as they grow, and animals shed, and insects molt, even the hermit crab of Cancer has to upgrade its shell. In tarot, one of my favorite cards is the Tower, and I think it gets a bad reputation, but it really is a great reminder that we need to break some old patterns, cycles, and structures in order to build new foundations for ourselves. And the full moon in Capricorn is a great opportunity to evaluate and rebuild the boundaries and structures, especially around our emotions and feelings. So, another exercise for this full moon axis between Cancer and Capricorn is practicing some physical movement to work those emotions and feelings through the body, or to meditate and focus on the physical manifestations in our body and processing them by integrating or releasing or transmuting the energy into something that feeds your growth. Right now, any activities that are going to help you ground and process your emotions are going to be really helpful, especially as the sun will be moving into the critical degree of Cancer in 2 days. The Capricorn full moon is encouraging us to be and create a safe space and structure for our emotional side to process and transmute instead of the emotions being ignored and suppressed or even being overwhelming and suffocating. Now, this lunation is a great time to recognize and celebrate all of our emotional growth thus far and to ask where we can further develop stability and maturity. Now, the Capricorn aspect here also asks us to take accountability for our emotional regulation and reactions, especially in sensitive settings like at home and from interactions with loved ones. Because don't forget about that Cancer energy on the axis, too. Now, at the full moon, we pause to celebrate and express gratitude for all that we have and have built. And moving into the waning phase, we have the opportunity to clear some space and energy before we start to build again. Now, I will be posting a video for the last quarter moon in Aries as it squares behind the sun on July 9th, and we can discuss more about releasing then. But before then, I will be posting a Cancer season update as the sun is in the critical degree of 13 on July 5th. Now, as always, thank you for watching my videos, and please like them if they have been resonating with you, and I would like if you want to comment how they have been helpful. Now, if you would like more information or personalized interpretations or any other questions, please email me at livetastic44@gmail.com. And remember, I hope everyone enjoys this full moon and is having a live-tastic time by being the best example of yourself as your beautiful, wonderful self.